What's up, DC Extended Universe fans? Well, as you all know, Suicide Squad, without even touching the country of China, has now reached 700 million in the box office worldwide, thus destroying all expectations that it was going to crush the series and be a total dud. Regardless, it did get a 26% on Rotten Tomatoes, but then again, Batman vs. Superman got a 27%. And on top of that, Man of Steel, the first film in the DC Extended Universe, got a 55%. But so far as we've all seen, they have all been rather successful when it comes to box office awards. Again, this one is now the second highest grossing DCEU movie after Dawn of Justice and before Man of Steel. And the entire budget for all three films so far have been $650 million. And so far they have $2,240 million in their pocket for their gross revenue, making them the 24th highest grossing film with only just 3 films under its belt, outdoing the ranks of the Captain America trilogy. Now, hopefully, this might mean we got a brighter future for us DC Extended Universe fans. Wonder Woman comes out next year, and so does Justice League. Now, with Suicide Squad doing as successful as it did, with it being a whole bunch of team of superheroes that not a lot of people know about, with it being a whole new Joker after the whole Heath Ledger incident, with him being easily considered one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Jokers of all time, still to this day, it introduced a lot of new things to the movie-going experience, and I think records kind of show that it definitely held its own weight. Something that the critics and anti-fans said wouldn't happen. They said it only grows like maybe 350 to 450 if it's lucky. And it would be a total bomb and would not save the DCEU universe whatsoever. In fact, it would have been the last film in the universe, and they would have just drawn curtains and that'd be it. Well, now here we are, 700 million. And we're more than hyped up for next year. I feel like Wonder Woman's going to be a great film next year. There's no reason for the critics to hate on it. Nobody really, not everybody knows Wonder Woman's story. So not everybody's going to know the story that's going to be presented to us. Jeff Johns, the president and the CCO of DC Universe, is executive producing the movie, and he's co-writing it. Which means that one of the most famous comic book writers of our time is actually paying homage to the upcoming films writing-wise, which gets me a little amped up already right there. The fact that a lot of people also said that she stole the show during Batman vs. Superman, that she's easily one of the hottest people in Hollywood right now for a model and did a great job acting as Wonder Woman or Diane Prince, however you want to word it. The fact that, that fact alone, the fact that most of the Amazons are going to be played by models around the world, and the fact that, it's a whole new story for everybody, and I doubt China will reject this film for whatever title or for whatever reason that they rejected Suicide Squad or Task Force X if it was going to reach their cinemas. Personally, I feel like if Suicide Squad can make a $700 million movie, this one could easily make 840 without hardly even trying to. I wouldn't be that surprised if it peaked somewhere in the 900 range. I'd be a little surprised if it did reach $1 billion, though. But again, based on success that I've seen with Suicide Squad, based on the hype that I've seen all the DC fans give both Rebirth, the comic books, and both the movies themselves, I can't help but feel overhyped, and I feel like a lot of fans are the same way. Justice League, on the other hand, I feel like Justice League is going to be huge. I feel like everybody's already hyped up for it. Some people are a little too hyped up for it. They're almost forgetting about Wonder Woman in some areas. I easily feel like that film is going to be a $1.2 billion movie. And if that happens, or if either of my predictions happens, the DCEU universe could be easily, in just 5 films, a $4 billion movie franchise, which makes it one of the top contenders for not the 24 spot like it is now, but rather the top 10 or top 5 spot that it could be in just a matter of 1 year from now, or a year and a half. So I'm really hyped up for the series. I can't wait to see what's going on. I hear Rebirth is doing extremely well right now. I guess this whole video is just to me get back on my feet with YouTube videos, and I thought, what better not to do that after a 6-month hiatus than to talk about the hype that needs to get touched on, and that is the DC Universe kicking ass and destroying everybody's expectations that it would be a failure. Not just this one film, but basically all of them, since they have known there's been a DCE Universe. Personally, I like to keep the Marvel stuff out the window. Although I will say this though, ironic, I'm totally two-faced, I know, but personally, at the beginning of this year, I was gonna look forward to seeing all the comic book movies, both extended universe and cinematic universe wise. However, after May, when I saw that basically Civil War was basically Dawn of Justice Marvelized, if not a sequel to Sky High 2 in some ways, you know, with nobody dying, with it being the same, well, people died in Dawn of Justice, but nobody died in Civil War, which you think with the Civil War there'd be some casualties somewhere instead of just a broken leg. It involved a guy in a high-tech suit and a superhuman fighting against each other for a conflict they didn't agree with that dealt with the public eye. And why is it now that after 13 films, they just all of a sudden, the MCU has just all of a sudden decided to touch on the human aspect of what's going on with all the superheroes? Now, again, I said I wasn't going to go into that, and I'm already a minute there, so I'm going to move past that and save that for another video if I feel needed be. Basically, what I was going to go with that trend before I got a little carried off is that at the beginning of this year, I said I was going to see both franchises as movies. Now, after seeing Civil War and it just being a carbon copy of Dawn of Justice, not so much. Basically, the only Marvel films I'm looking forward to next year are Spider-Man, because who doesn't like Spider-Man? Guardians of the Galaxy 2, because we need good music again. Or Volume 2, I should say. And basically Thor 3, even though I still need to see the first Thor, but I don't know. Basically, those are the 3 films. Black Panther, maybe. I don't really know too much about the story, but out of the films next year, those are the Marvel ones I'm willing to see. 2018, not so much. And 19, or 18, 19, maybe the Avengers movies, but we'll see how that one plays out. It's I guess nobody can predict the future with that one, and I guess we'll see how both franchises play out, but I was going to come in this going for Switzerland, but now I'm kind of going a little more towards DC. I've just grown up with them. I have Beast Boy on my left arm, tattooed on there, permanent ink and all that. So I just kind of feel like it's kind of in my blood and in my rights to do that, especially since it's so far, in my opinion, it might have had its ups and downs, but so far the 3 films have yet to do any wrong. And I feel like eventually, especially starting next year, it's going to get a whole lot of respect, a whole lot of critical attention that it should have gotten 2 films ago. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. I'd like to give a shout out to all the Facebook groups out there that I'm a part of, which is the DC Extended Universe, DC All-Stars, MVGC, I can't remember, superhero, it's basically a comic book video games. It's a comic book video game and movie place for both sides of the team. DCEU supporters, and there's a lot of new groups. There's 2 new groups I just joined today, so forgive me if I don't remember the title, but odds are if you're watching this video, you've already known the groups, because I'm sharing it to all those groups. the ones I've mentioned, the ones I feel sorry I forgot, and whatever ones happen in the future, plus, of course, YouTube. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on the matter. That's my 10 plus minutes on the matter. Thank you for your time. Feel free to give your opinion. And if you want me to continue doing more videos, hopefully a lot better than how this one was, please send me a like and well, basically, no, you don't have to do that. Just let me know. Just give me your opinion, like I would give yours, and go from there. Or don't give your opinion. You know, either way. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a good one. See you in 2007. See you in the future.